Hey guys, it's me, Kirsten. Welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, welcome. Definitely be sure to like this video and subscribe down below because I would really appreciate it. Just got back from the salon getting my hair done. I really love it. It's just really nice for summer. Anyways, so as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm doing like a little get to know me video just because I started off YouTube just, you know, filming videos about clothes and makeup, and I never really got to explain like who I am and why I started YouTube. So that is what we are gonna do in today's video. I just kind of went online and found a couple, like a list of questions that I'm just gonna answer from them, and it's not stuff like what's your favorite color, what's your favorite food. These are like kind of more difficult questions that I'll probably have to think about to answer, and like more personal stuff. If you guys want to get to know me and find out why I started YouTube and some other things about me, then just keep watching. So first I'll just like give a little background on myself. My name is Kirsten, obviously. I am 24 years old. I will turn 25 on June 20th. I am a Gemini, the last day of Gemini. So shout out to you if you are a Gemini. I was actually born in a little tiny town in Pennsylvania. I grew up there and lived there until I was 12. And then we moved to Jacksonville, Florida for less than a year. And then we moved to Georgia, where I currently am. So that is where I'm from. People always ask me what like my nationality is. I actually took an ancestry DNA test, and I am German, Welsh, French, Swedish, and I don't know, my ancestors are from Denmark. I don't know what that makes me. Graduated from Georgia Southern University last May, and my major was interdisciplinary studies with concentrations in marketing, fashion merchandising, and criminal justice. Random array of things, I know, but I had changed my major so many times, and I finished my last year of school online, and in order to do that, that is what I had to do because there wasn't a lot of options as to what classes I could take and stuff like that fully online. So I had to change my major yet again to interdisciplinary studies. So if you were wondering, that's what my degree is in. What I am doing now though, I just do inside sales for an equipment rental company, so it has absolutely nothing to do with my major. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'll go ahead and touch on, I guess, why I started doing YouTube. So I was never the kid that grew up watching YouTube videos. Like I rarely ever got on YouTube. So it's like crazy that I see all these people now that are like huge YouTubers and stuff that started when they were like so young, like beginning of high school and middle school and stuff, and to see where they are now, it's so crazy. But it's like I can't relate because I was never into YouTube as a kid. I didn't get into YouTube until about, what was it, maybe like 3 years ago now, and I just kind of fell down a rabbit hole. Like I didn't follow any YouTubers, I didn't really know who they were, and I just randomly started watching YouTube videos one day, and I was like, oh my god, I could do this. I need to do this. This is what I want to do with my life. As a kid, I guess you could say, like I always had a camera, so I was always like, you know, taking pictures and like filming like random stuff. I actually did have a YouTube channel when I was in middle school, but I never like watched people's videos. I solely just had it to like upload like these random videos, and it wasn't like fashion or makeup or anything. I just have like random videos that I took with my digital camera of like, I have some of like my brother like doing a weird dance when he was like 2 years old. I have like this random video of me and my friends at Burger King one time like goofing off. And before Pretty Little Liars, the show, came out, I had read all the books, so I made like a little slideshow of like who I thought should play the characters if the show ever came out. Needless to say, they really messed up on the casting for that show. But anyways, yeah, so I had that. Please don't try to find me because I don't know what the password is. I can't delete that account. I can't figure out what, I can't get into it, so don't watch those. There's literally one of me like crawling on my hands and knees acting like a bear. Don't ask me why I was doing that. I've always been into fashion. Like when I was a little kid, I was always like drawing clothes, and I would just sit and like draw people with their cute clothes on, whatever. So people always said that I was gonna do something in fashion. And my mom was also, her degree was in fashion merchandising. I've always just been interested in shopping. I've always loved clothes. Like, I feel like I've always dressed to the nines. And people have always loved, like, I guess my fashion sense. So everyone would always tell me when I was a little kid that I was gonna do something in fashion, that I was gonna be a fashion designer, do this, do that. And I honestly was never interested in that really. I just liked it. I never saw it as like a career opportunity. So anyways, fast forward to a couple years ago, I finally decided that, you know, I do love fashion. And the more I got into watching people on YouTube, the more I was like, I really want to do this with my life. I feel like I can do it. There's like so much stuff. I love makeup, I love beauty, I love just like filming. And I don't know, it almost is kind of like a hobby for me. Just like watch all these YouTubers that I really loved, and I was like, wow, I want to do what they're doing. I feel like it was really like a big push for me because this is so out of my comfort zone. But I finally just sat down one day and decided I was gonna go for it. I like crave creative, like a creative outlet. I'm a very creative person. I love dabbling in different things, and it's like so great that there's so many different, I guess, YouTube types. I don't know what it's called, but there's like people who do fashion, people who do vlogs, people who do how-to videos, people who do this, people who do that. And it's just, I have so many different interests, and I just feel like YouTube is the place where I can get on here and I can really just dabble into different things that I love, talk about all these random things that I love and share them with you guys. So I just think that's really cool. It's really, I love how it's making me come out of my comfort zone and really motivate me to be a boss bitch, because this is what I want to do. I'm not saying that I'm like gonna quit my job and like solely focus on YouTube. I mean, I feel like that would be great if it could get to that point, but yeah, that's why I started YouTube. I have my little list here on my phone, so I'll just like read off the questions. Okay, the first one is, what inspires you? I would say just thinking of what I want to accomplish with my life and thinking of the future. That's really what inspires me and like motivates me, because you know, there's so many things that I want to do with my life, and I know that I would not be satisfied until I've accomplished those things. So just like the thought of having that, like, I'm not gonna say a perfect life, but like that's what kind of inspires me, is the thought of my future and like what all I'm going to accomplish. Okay, what's my favorite childhood memory? My grandparents used to do Civil War reenactments, where it's basically, if you don't know what Civil War reenactments are, it's basically you camp out, you act like you were living in the 1900s. So you dress like them, you don't like have electricity or anything like that, so you're camping out in tents and sleeping on cots. They do like a mock war where they sound off the cannons, the soldiers go fight in battle. You wear like the hoop skirts, and you play with like toys that they had back then. You cook food that they would have had back then. I don't know, it was just, I love doing it so much. Like obviously when I was a kid, I was like so embarrassed about it, but I'll see if I can find a picture of me like doing one of these. But I think that's my favorite. Like there used to be a Civil War reenactment at an amusement park there, and so we would get to stay there, and like we would have free passes to the park, so we could just like run around all day. And I don't know, that's probably one of my favorite childhood memories, is just doing those Civil War reenactments, because they were just, it was just so fun. Like I honestly wish I could do them again. And like, it's something that I loved so much that like I want my kids to be able to experience that. What would you change about yourself if you could? Honestly, if I could change anything about myself, I think it would be, there's a lot of things that I would want to change about myself. One of the things being, I wish that I was more outgoing. I have really bad social anxiety, and I'm just like I'm not like an introvert, but I'm also not an extrovert. It just, I have a really hard time making connections with people and being social in an atmosphere where I don't know anyone. Like, obviously around my friends I am outgoing as can be, like I don't shut up, but it's just like meeting new people gives me such bad anxiety. I just never know what to say. Like, I really don't know how to start a conversation. It's just an issue that I have. So I think that would definitely be one thing. Another thing would be, I honestly wish that I was a more sympathetic person, because I honestly just, as bad as it sounds, I don't really have sympathy for a lot of people. I don't have sympathy for myself, like, and sometimes that really gets me in trouble because people are sensitive, people, you know, have shit going on, and it's hard for me to be sympathetic to people. And sometimes like I wish that I could say like these heartfelt things to help someone feel better, or, you know, say words of encouragement and just stuff like that. That's another thing that's really hard for me. What's your biggest fear? I would say honestly my biggest fear is not being able to accomplish all the things that I want to accomplish with my life, like not being successful, not being satisfied in my life. That's definitely my biggest fears. Next question. If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to? I don't have a specific year that I would travel to, but I think just maybe the early 1900s. Maybe the 1800s. Like, I'd love to live in the Victorian era. Like those big, pretty Victorian houses where we wore those big dresses like I wore when I was in the Civil War reenactments. I would wear my hair with pin-up curls, and yeah, I think that's what I would choose. Like France or England or something, not the United States. What are my hobbies? I kind of have like a lot of hobbies, but at the same time I don't. Like I said before, I feel like I have so many interests, so I like to dabble in a lot of different things. You know, obviously I love doing makeup and clothes shopping and, you know, fashion. I love binge watching Netflix shows. I love reading. I love golfing. I love going to the lake. What else do I love to do? I love to draw. I love to look on Pinterest and plan out my future house. Like, I love driving around looking at nice houses. What else do I love to do? Yeah, I think that pretty much sums up my hobbies. I love like trying out new restaurants. I love just like walking around places, like aesthetically pleasing places. Like, I love to walk downtown Savannah. I love like walking on the boardwalk at a beach, like stuff like that. 2 of your pet peeves. Okay, I think like my #1 pet peeve is just slow moving people. It just really just irks me to my core when people walk slow, when people take a long time to do something, when people, and I don't mean like they procrastinate, I mean they just like move slow to accomplish, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just people who move slow. I would say probably people who lie. Like, especially people who just lie about the stupidest things that it doesn't even make any sense to lie about. But stuff like that, when people just flat out lie about everything in their life. Like, why do you need to lie? Just tell the truth. If someone doesn't like you, then they don't like you. At least be honest about it. I just hate when people lie. It just really just irks me. So like, those are my 2 pet peeves. Okay, what 3 things do you think of the most each day? My dog. I'm constantly wondering what he's doing. Next thing would be I'm constantly thinking about the future. I'm like always like daydreaming what my life is gonna be like next year, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna have, like all this stuff. So I'm in the future. And another thing, hopefully, like as weird as it sounds, like my like TV show obsessions. Like I feel like I don't go a day without thinking of Harry Potter, Criminal Minds, Vampire Diaries, and Chicago PD, or Game of Thrones. Like I just think about that stuff's always in my brain. So that. What is your philosophy in life? Okay, this is a good one because I've honestly never really thought about it. I think just my philosophy on life is don't ever settle. Don't settle for anything. Don't settle for jobs you don't like. Don't settle for shitty relationships. Don't settle for, you know, half-ass friendships. Like, don't settle. What are some of your own personal goals in the next 5 years? So I don't like to put a timeline on my goals. Like I don't really like the whole, oh, where do you think you'll be in 5 years? Where do you think you'll be in 10 years? Like, I don't know. I just have like a list of goals for my life. Like they could happen tomorrow. They could happen in 10 years. So, I mean, I guess in 5 years I'll be 30. So hopefully by then I will have started my own business because I want to start my own clothing line where I design all my own clothes. I want to, another goal of mine is I'd love to start a clean, cruelty-free skincare line. Love to be established on YouTube, to be like traveling. And the final question that I'm gonna answer is, where do you find meaning in your life? This is a really good one. I think, as weird as it sounds, like as you've probably heard me mention in one of my other videos, I get so attached and like invested in the books and TV shows that I read. And as weird as that sounds, I feel like it is those like characters and their story and like what's going on that really gives me meaning in life, because it feels like I'm a part of that. I don't know how to describe it, but that's like kind of where I find meaning, because like a part of me is like with them. So I don't know, like it's so hard to explain, but if you know what I'm talking about, then props to you, because I just don't know how to explain it. Hi guys, that's gonna be all for this little get to know me video. I hope that you guys got a better glimpse into who I am and why I started YouTube and what I like to do, where I'm from, and all that jazz. Hopefully you guys enjoyed learning a little bit about myself. If you guys do have any questions or anything you would like me to answer, please comment down below, DM me on Instagram. I would love to answer any questions that you guys have, whether they're like deep personal questions or just, you know, straight to the point questions like what's your favorite color. I will answer whatever you guys want to know, so within reason. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Peace out, homies.